Okay, people. Same day, I did dishes and now I'm cooking. Andre had pizza, but he said, save me some for later, Nana. Okay. So, I am turning this on to show you why it's important to make these types of things, mainly for a special needs child. Okay, I only made this for Amari. Okay? He can't really eat that unless he's got that with the liquid, right? Can't really eat that either, but I can take this, put some of that in there. You see, I used the rest of that stuff. I put some of that in there, but that's already got carrots, right? So hold on. Anyway, don't think I'm not feeling what I was doing on Saturday. I'm kind of feeling it. Amari's getting heavier now too, so you know. But it's like Uncle John would say, just you know, just keep busy, keep walking, right? So, when you got things to do, keep busy, right? Keep walking. You don't notice it as much. I'm looking for a pot lid. Oh. This one might work. Kind of. There we go. Keep that on low. So now I'm going to warm up Amari's. Now you'll see how easy that is. So what I'm going to eat is rice with some fried potatoes, because I took that. Oh yeah. And then I've got this here, right? That's that bread. But something like this, you can cut it up and you can fry it too. So I'm not going to turn on the oven just for that, right? It's just one piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it up and fry it up with some butter. See, I have to eat, right? Because, you know, I'm out there tomorrow, people. That's what's going to happen. Rain or shine. Right? If it's raining, well, I don't know what I'll do. I'll go hide under a tree and do something under a tree. Right? What else are you going to do? Right? If it's real cold, well, I don't know. I'll probably just move things around if it's real cold. What I need to do is get that skill saw and start building. At least a little bit, right? And just kind of move this wood along, right? Get it positioned so, you know, nobody can't say I'm not doing shit, right? You know. So anyway, today wasn't so bad. It actually warmed up quite nice. Amari really enjoyed himself. He was like brand new territory. Yeah, he got to explore like a 2-year-old is supposed to explore, right? He can move himself around more, right? He's getting stronger and he's more determined to get to some place, and he knows how to. He like really tries hard to get there, right? I mean, obviously he can't move. What do you call it? You know, he can't move sitting up or anything like that, right? That's why he doesn't really like the high chair, right? It's kind of confined for him, you know? It's confining, and he can only tolerate it for so long. I think we're getting a special chair for him. I think. We're getting this stand thing to help him stand, and I think they're giving us a chair, I think. Right? Because, you know, children with cerebral palsy, they just need that little extra support or cushioning or whatever, right? That high chair that was outside, it was kind of like, what do you call it? See, I'm tired. You know, it's rigid, right? No real padding or anything in it. So I'm giving Amari a little bit of green. And these are those little broccoli things, right? So it can go in there with some leaf, right? But before I put it in there, it's better to chop it up. Yeah, he really had a blast. He was definitely a kid today. He really enjoyed himself, really. So now he's on the floor. He kind of took a little cat nap for a while. Right. Now you can hear him playing with his musical instruments, right? But he's getting quick at moving around. Yeah. And he's throwing his pillows off. He's pulling his pillows around and he's throwing them around. Yeah, I have to get some. I gotta make a rail for the bed. Right. I made a rail for the top bunk for Andre with something I had in the yard. Right. Worked out really, really good. And so what you do with that, you just bring it to a boil. Right. So that was boiling. I don't know if you heard that. And then you just turn it down to a medium-low boil, and you boil it for 10 minutes, right? Just, because it's home canning, and they recommend when anytime with meat or vegetables, you should do that. So it doesn't hurt to do that, right? You're not destroying the food, okay? I mean, ultimately, if you're looking for high nutrient content, dehydrate it. That's the only way you're going to get 85% or more of the actual nutrient being retained in the food is through dehydration. Except for maybe freeze drying, but you need like equipment that's like $3,000 worth, right? Which is, nobody wants to do that. Well, very few people want to do that. So, and for what it's worth, I have dehydrated food here from still 2011, like those shredded carrots. And they're perfectly fine, trust me. Okay, they work really well. Right? Onions, all that stuff. You don't need to freeze dry them. You can just dehydrate them. And all depending on how you decide to store them, whether long-term, short-term, whatever. Works out pretty good. The only thing that's going to destroy it is if a moth gets in and decides to have a party. Okay, so I'm going to give him about that much greens. And I'm going to put that right into this little pot. Right, and then I'm going to give him, I'm having a problem with my burner. When that guy came to fix my fridge, I asked him to fix my burner. This is like the third time I need to call him up. Because I won't be able to can this freaking burner. So I have to call him up. Come fix it properly. And then I'm going to give him about maybe that much rice. I don't know if I'm going to give him the whole pot. It depends. It depends, right? I mean, you've got to give his stomach a time to digest. So what I'm cooking now, if I don't give it all to him at one time, right, I can give him tomorrow the other half. Son, see? It doesn't even want to, no fucking working, man. I gotta find this. I know who to call. He needs to come and fix my stove. Okay. And then I guess I could give him a little potato. I'll mash it, right? Do you see how easy this is? You take what you have and you take that one little thing and you make a specialized meal, right? So that he can eat it. Right? And it's like yummy, yummy, yummy. You know? So I mash a little bit of potato in here. And that will make it just, right? Do you see? Yeah. And it ends up becoming a little bit like stew. And then I have a little bit left of that, what is it called? Sweet potato. I'll put that in there. And bring everything just back up to a quick boil. Right? Get a little bit of water. Hold on. Just in case I need it. And then I'm going to taste it. got to taste good. Otherwise, he won't eat it. Because he knows what he likes. Alright. But because the gravy, or the turkey broth, the turkey with the turkey broth itself is so good, you don't really need to add, I really probably won't have to add anything to it. That's what I'm hoping for. But I'm just giving it a second to heat up. Right, now I took some extra butter. There's already butter and garlic on there. I'm going to turn this down because now it's cooking. And I don't want to burn my garlic. Right. This works. Right. I like these. See? And then when I eat, people, oh my God, I'm going to crash, but I got to go take it back and change my clothes. I will wear these tomorrow, though, when I'm outside. Right. Just get up, put on these clothes, and go. Hopefully that's how it will work. We'll see. Okay, now it's the taste test time. And it's a good consistency. I just have to smash it up a little better. It's kind of hard in this pot, though. Tastes like turkey, people. Mmm. That's so good. Every time I make this for him, I just, I love that turkey with the broth. It is so good. So good. Like, I want to make for myself. I do. Right? And have to make for meals one day. But that's another day, right? Because you have to grind a turkey and, you know, that's homemade. Well, I don't know if that's homemade turkey, ground turkey, or if it's turkey grounded up that I bought and then decided to can it, which is probably what I did. But, you know, I got turkey downstairs that I can defrost and grind up the whole thing, and then I can cook it and make a really nice broth with it. And, oh, that'd be so good. And then can it. Yeah. So, Amari gave us a really good idea. Because if it wouldn't have been for Mari, I don't think I would have ever done it that way, but it's so good. So I'm going to just use the rest of that. Because I need the garlic. Scare away the vampires. Right. So I'm just going to put that in there. It's garlic in here. Fresh garlic. I want these greasy. So yeah, if I eat, it's hard to say what's going to happen, because I'm already tired, but that's okay. I'll just rinse off real fast, right? Okay, so... I need some butter in there. Yeah. See, running out of words. It's because I'm crashing here, people. I'm tasting food and I'm crashing as I'm tasting it. Right? Like I said, food is like a drug. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then we'll just throw in some salt. I like salt. Salt and sugar, one or the other. Yeah. And I want to just double taste this. It's ready. It's at a good consistency now. That's good. See? How easy that was? Right? And then I just smash it up a little more. You know, some of those little jerky bits are a little big. Not too big, but maybe too big for him. Alright, and he'll eat it. It's like a stew. This one is like a stew. Alright, I'm giving it to him because, you know, just to warm him up. You know, it's not that he's not warm, but you know, just give him something nice and warm. He likes warm food, right? You have to be careful though, right? You don't put hot food in his mouth, so I'm always having to put it to my lips. You know, you put a little end, right, like that, thinking it's, you know, you let it cool for a while, right? But you got to catch it just at the right amount of warmth. So, you know, I don't put it in my mouth. I just take the tip and, you know, you can tell if it's hot or not, right? Yeah. So many things you have to worry about with the Mari, right? But do you see? Now he'll eat that, no problem. He'll gobble it up. And it's got everything he needs in it. It's got protein, it's got vegetables in it, right? It's got its starches, it's got its salt for the electrolytes, right? There. Now you just turn it down. And I'll show you what he's doing. Hold on a minute. Just playing. Are you playing? Are you ready for dinner? Huh? Do you want dinner? Yeah? You're hungry, huh? I got some turkey. Can you say turkey? Say turkey. Yeah, turkey. Turkey, turkey, turkey. Got some turkey for Amari. Okay. You're so sweetie. You make Nana laugh. Yes, you do. You're just a little giggle bug. Are you a giggle bug? Yeah. So, there you go. See? That was all that was in the pot. So that's perfect for Amari. So perfect. And then, of course, you know, people with teeth, right? That can chew. Okay, people. So now it is March 20th, 2020. City of Surrey, day 2. The first thing I want to point out to you people is, if you notice, the 30-day run, and this is where the city can't say they're not involved with the gang stalking. First of all, I've got 3 different fucking time frames of it being documented, right? Actually 4, right? Where since Uncle John was medically kidnapped for his money, people, I have been gang stalked. And people have been using his yard against me as a form of gang stalking to soft kill me off, people. What else is it? What else is it? Right? What does stress do? So anyway, I just want to say, first of all, after I'm done talking, I'm just going to upload the video, because if you notice, I'm in War Room 1. So this is where I'm going to spend a greater part of my day and start typing out the ongoing gang stalking of my family. It's not just gang stalking me, people. It's gang stalking my whole family. That's why Uncle John went into the abyss and disappeared. He was gang stalked for his money, right? Andre was gang stalked for that fiscal budget within MCFD, right, where they get $1.5 billion to run their budget, but they have to have at least 10,000 kids on the roster. If they do not have 10,000 kids, I'm just rounding it off, could be 8,000 now, new and approved, or it could be 12,000. The point is, they have to have an X number of kids on the roster before they can get that ministry $1.5 billion to apprehend children from loving homes. As they go around protecting children. Specifically. I mean, obviously that's not the only thing that they do, but that's pretty much what that ministry is geared around. So Andre was targeted for that fiscal budget, and Sierra was an easy pushover, right? Simply throw her out in the middle of winter and let the chips fall where they may. And based on statistics, they knew what was going to happen, and that's why they did it, right? And then, of course, Amari was born injured at the time of his birth, people, with rhetoric where they're saying, ha ha, ha ha, you can't do nothing about it because we didn't do an MRI because we were too busy blaming the parent for the opiate that we fucking injected her with as we gave her an emergency C-section because we left it too long. But because we didn't do the MRI, we're protected because it says right here in the legislation. And then it moved on to ShaMay people, right? Where her fourth death, right? 3 of them in the Surrey Memorial Hospital, the real and only one in the basement, you know, sitting up with her sister witnessing it, not realizing what the fuck it was. Because who would at 5 to 9 in the morning, right? When you were just talking to her an hour ago, who could possibly know? And then what happens? The RCMP, and this is another thing I want to address. This mayor that was a mayor from long time ago, right? That really doesn't care about poor people. If you go back into history and look at his track record, right? He didn't do nothing for the homeless people, right? In terms of making it easier for them. If anything, you know, he just made it harder. And then he's back in power now, right? Okay, but he's almost a kin, right? He's like a brother, right? Like a cousin, you know, somebody like that to the past mayor. Even though when they run up against each other, they act like they're mortal enemies, when in fact they're not. They pretty much operate on the same agenda, okay, in terms of a political agenda, right? And so anyway, he gets reelected, a year ago or whatever it was, and then he's coming in with this, I want to get rid of the RCMP because they're just not a very good police force, and we want to be independent and have our own police force, and, you know, and that's what I'm here for. So, fuck the RCMP, we're bringing in our own police force. Well, let me tell you something, people. There is already independent police forces out here on the fucking province of British Columbia, Canada. Okay? And they're just as corrupt as the RCMP when it comes to illegal organ harvesting. Because that is what's happening in our society today. And gang stalking is a very intricate, well fucking fine-tuned machine. Because all aspects of the public union sector, to one degree, is involved, right? Because they see you as a statistic. They see you as something to use, as a commodity, something to exploit, something to annihilate, something to fucking get off on in terms of, oh, look at this, it's the joke of the fucking year here, right? Look how funny that looks with her outside, with the children working. Because she's on a 30-day countdown to clean up her act. As they'll come back into my yard, walk on that fucking walkway, on those bricks that I laid how many years ago, people? Because what was out in that backyard was nothing but mud, grit, morning glory, buttercup, sand, fucking rivers, and raccoon shit. That was it. Now you can actually walk on something and not get your feet all muddy and gritty. But you see, they're not interested in giving me credit for that. They just want to fucking steal it. Because this is what these people do. They stole Uncle John's money. They stole Andre's future by destroying his mother. Okay? And then they come in every now and then and stir the fuck... You know, move the egg around, right? For what they're breeding in terms of fear, right? Fear. City of Surrey. All you do is breed fear. You're just stirring the egg around. That's all you're doing. You're just moving your fucking poisonous egg, right? Just so that you can, what? Terrorize Andre for the rest of his life because you show up with your RoboCop fucking imitation freaking uniform? Acting like a fucking dirty cop as if I don't know what dirty cops look and smell like and act like. Right? Because when they harass the homeless people, who is out there harassing the homeless people? It is city bylaw officers and the police, hand in hand, together, documented. And it's being done like that throughout fucking all of the United States and all of Canada. And that's because they all run under the same fucking siren. Because they're a public union sector. And the only thing they're concerned about are those portfolios, as Uncle John would say. And just as they steal from each other and hurt each other, they are 10 times worse when it comes to somebody that they don't know. And I am the living example of that, people, because if you notice, they had it fucking timed just right. They showed up at the door on what, March 18th? Didn't I start with day 1 yesterday, March 19th? 30 days later, we get to ShaMay, April 19th. Huh? Right? April 19th, the day that they listed her down in her medical files that she had her 4th death. Because they turned off a fucking embalming machine that changed, well, they didn't turn it off. What they did is they switched the tubes so that the embalming fluid that was going through her fucking face changed the color of her face to make it look like she had lack of oxygen. Okay, people, we are dealing with trickery here. And this is how they derail you. They show up your door 30 days because you're still mourning. It's not like they don't fucking know. Okay? Because they're part of the problem. They wanted to cover up the medical kidnapping of Uncle John. I wrote a fucking letter about it to the city. They ignored it. Diane Watts. Okay? Took Mr. Lace to City Hall. Right? And then they came in 2017 again. Or was it 16? 17. Somewhere around that time. And then they popped in briefly again. 3 times. Right? And of course, all my landlady is thinking about is just making money. That's it, people. At 92 years old. Well, she's not 92, but she's like 78. And just wants to make money. You know. Make everything barren, flat, and barren. Because people like to buy that kind of shit. They don't like to walk on, what is it called? Grit, sand, and mud and raccoon shit. They don't like that. Right? But if they see a nice walkway that they can steal, because somehow they're entitled to put that into their fucking portfolio, they're going to gang stalk you until you get it. Right? So I'm going to sit here today. It's like, I woke up at 5:30 this morning. Okay? And then... you know, I'm getting ready to go here pretty soon. My son just went off to work. It's about 7:30 or whatever it is. Kids are sleeping still. And I'm gonna start with I'm getting into that last 1/4 of my notice of claim, and the fucking introduction is the ongoing gang stalking of the Chorney family. Okay? And then it will be the City of Surrey on, right? March 18th. Sorry. On March 18th. The plaintiff alleges that the City of Surrey showed up at her residence again for the 3rd or 4th time. I'm going to put 3 for now, but I'm pretty sure it's 4. I'd have to go back into my fucking files. It wasn't a priority, but it is now, right? Okay? And then on and on and on and on and on. That's what I'm going to do. And then later on, being that I'm on a tight schedule, I'm going to see if I can get out in the front, even for an hour or two, and work just over here by the little window, right? And remove the compost bin, right, that has hay in it, and get it off the grass, even though it's only been there for a couple of days. And I want to show you what's going on in the garage. Because it's not like I don't fucking do anything around here. What the fuck was I doing last year, people? Anyone watches my videos? I was doing fucking garage repairs. And porch repairs. And I'm glad I did the porch repairs because I hardly had any water on my porch this year. Unlike last year with that fucking river. Although it all needs to be done. The gutters need to be done. That plastic shit's no good, right? Landlady said she was going to do it this year. Well, I hope she does. Because otherwise, it's just, gray tape. But I have to finish underneath those rafters because that plastic is pulling off. And as that plastic is pulling off, right? And I'm glad I have those fucking soffits. Because I have enough soffits more than likely to go all the way down to the whole fucking line. Because I wasn't going to do that. I was going to leave that plastic off. But that plastic is falling because that fucking rotten wood underneath there is fucking flaking off. And it's pulling off and it's flying all over the place in the garage. Nobody can't say I'm not doing shit. But you see, they don't care how much you do. Not when you're being gang stalked. All they care about is coming in and stealing it from you. And then accusing you of being the criminal. I'm being treated like a fucking slave, and I'm being treated like a fucking criminal. Because, what? Surrey wants tension with the provincial court so they can say, ha, 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 you lose. Yeah, see? We're the city. We're the bio officer. We're stronger than you. Yeah, take it to court, bitch. Doesn't matter, because the government's going to protect us. Ha, ha, ha. Let's just add some salt to the wound. Let's just rub it in your fucking face. Let's get your landlord fucking on the bandwagon so she can get fucking rich and she fucking gang stalks you too. Because if she doesn't side with us, we're gonna start gang stalking her. That's how gang stalking works. And who wants to be gang stalked at 76 years old? Nobody. But you see, here's the thing. We've got elderly women, all right, driving around in the neighborhood in their little vehicle with their little pup, little dog, just those little dogs, right? One or two of them. Randomly stopping me as I'm walking down the road, asking me if I know of any housing, because there's no housing. They've been living in their fucking vehicle. And these are like women in their 60s and 70s. This is supposed to be Canada, people. Okay? Elderly women that have pension plans and that had a life don't deserve to be driving around in a fucking van or a car or whatever, sleeping in it, looking and begging for housing. But this is what the public union sector has done. Through their greed to prop up their life insurance policies and all this other shit that they've got going on in their fucking portfolios, they've allowed the politics to run on laundered money. ShaMay laundered money. Uncle John laundered money. You can't necessarily say Andre was laundered money, but in light of what they did and how they did it, laundered money. Right? What about Amari? He's a guaranteed fucking job for somebody for years and years and years, and then at the end of his life, all of a sudden he becomes an organ donator. Laundered money. As the government sits up there, those workers, and bold-faced fucking mock you. Ha ha, ha ha, you can't do nothing because we didn't give him an MRI. So therefore, fuck you. You're at the mercy of us, even though we come from fucking wherever they come from, people. And that's another thing I want to say. This doctor who harvested my daughter's organs is a Punjabi. Okay, let's get the fucking record straight. His name is out there, so he can run, he can hide, he can do whatever the fuck what he wants to fucking do. Because at the end of the day, if something happens to me, people still know who you are. Okay? But what I find interesting is he's got his little band of Lucy's. Lucy's, white women from fucking Dracula. You know? Because the majority of those women that were doting over a dead body and trying to... oh, look how well we're looking after her. Oh, she's like our sister. Yeah, I know she is because she's dead like you. You fucking people are fucking dead inside. Right? ShaMay just brought it to the surface and showed you what you really are. Okay? They were white women Not all of them, but the band of them was. And you take a band of fucking white women and you put them against a brown person, what the fuck do you think you're gonna get? It's like a pack of hoes, people. No different. No fucking different than a pack of fucking hoes. Okay? Right? You got the brown, prestigious Punjabi with his fucking turban on, which makes him look bigger than he is. Right? Makes him look bigger than he is. With his little band of fucking Lucy's going around stealing body parts. Okay? Think about it. Who shows up at my door? Another fucking Lucy that wants to act like a fucking cop, right, with her brown partner, taking notes, as they fucking know what they're doing, because they timed it just right, people. My time runs out with the city when they supposedly pronounced ShaMay dead for the 4th time, as the mayor of this city is trying to get rid of a corrupt RCMP to replace it with its own independent policing station, but yet its bylaw officers are just as corrupt as the fucking RCMP and the paramedics, who are all government employees. And all to protect the industry of illegal organ harvesting as they go around harassing the Sierras in the community as they fucking pimp them as they do it. And then rob them of their buggies and their backpacks. When they're not fucking targeting, well, I'm not really that old yet, but you know, with disabled children and dependent children that don't even have mothers. Anyway, I don't want to get on with it too long. I spit out what I wanted to fucking say. Okay? So, after this, I'm going to convert it. I'm going to upload it. This is City of Surrey, day 2. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to fucking start the fucking paragraph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All numbered. In order. And then I'm going to see if I can go outside maybe around 2 or 3, even for an hour or 2, right, to keep the fucking Lucy's with their fucking bosses in check, to keep them happy, right? Okay, so before I upload this, I just want to finish it on this note. Do you see that? Okay, there's the time, right? It's what, 7:49 a.m. It's March 20th, 2020. Okay, as you can see, I am not signed in, people, but here is my channel, all right? I'm going to walk you through this pretty fast, okay? So anyway, there's a video, right? You can see here, time to go to work, bitch. Right? Surrey Slave 101. And then when we go down, you can see, though, I'm not logged in, right? Okay, I'm not logged in, but as you can see, comments are showing. Do you see that? Comments are showing. Now, YouTube is still censoring comments for whatever reason. Somebody is. But do you see this here? Right? This person just sent me a little note, unless, of course, she's playing games with me. But anyway, she sent me a note through my comment section, another one besides this one, telling me that she wants to talk to me and that she couldn't get me through my email. And then she wrote down, you know, newnationsunity@gmail.com. She forgot the @ So I'm just pointing that out for her. You forgot the @ right? But for whatever reason, your little comment here is not showing. Now, if I remember correctly, we're friends on the internet in terms of Facebook. We've talked through Facebook, so I don't know why you need to email me when you can simply contact me on Facebook. But maybe something happened and you're not a Facebook person like anymore in terms of like maybe you don't have an account, maybe you closed your account or something. But anyway, you've got the email right, you just forgot the @ So just to point that out, so whether YouTube deleted that comment and then you thinking I'm ignoring you, or who knows, okay? But what I'm trying to say is I'm not signed in, okay? This is obviously showing comments, but when you go into my last upload, still not signed in. This is what I did yesterday, people, okay? Look what's happening to the comments. Now, there are 2 comments there, okay? Because what I noticed is after I uploaded the video, somehow, some way, comments were disabled. So I went back into the video and I enabled the comment. Okay, so people can comment, but nobody's been commenting on it. So I'm just wondering if people can. I don't know what other people are seeing, right? I don't know if they can see my comment, or if they can comment and nobody wants to comment, right? The point is YouTube plays games, okay? I'm not doing anything different than I haven't already been doing, people, for ever since my channel's been opened. Okay, here we go. So I'll show you. There we are. I'm logged in now. We'll go into my studio. We'll do this fast. Okay. We're going to click on this. There's that video. Hold on a minute. Here you can see. It says, it has 2 comments. Right there. Right? Obviously, we got the trolls coming in. Alright, that's no new news. And then you go into the video itself. Now, as a subscriber, this is how YouTube fucks with your head. You make a post and you think it's posted. Right? There it is right there. Do you see that? Okay? So, there are 2 comments on there by me. But when you come in as unsubscriber, or maybe somebody else, like I'm not signed in, you can see that. They're not showing. It says it has 2 comments, but they're not showing. But yet, if you go into this video, same scenario, these comments will show. Okay? That's just shady shit. That is that public union sector that's infiltrated YouTube and are trying to control the information. Okay? YouTube, I think, really just wants to partner up with Disney and the movie industry so that, you know, they can exploit kids without any ramifications in terms of what YouTube is trying to protect when they disable comments or destroy other people's channels because of, you know, somebody bringing it to the attention too. But if that was the case, you know, I mean, Disney, Walt Disney, and, you know, the Hollywood, I should say, I shouldn't target Walt Disney, but Hollywood in general, you know, they've been exploiting kids for years and nobody does or says anything about that. So with the shit that's going on with YouTube, it just makes me think that they're just trying to, you know, secure that money train. Protect that money train. Keep it in the family. Kind of like what's going on with the City of Surrey. You know, keep it in the family. You know, maybe we don't have a badge like a cop. You know, we don't got a cop badge, but we're just as good. And if, as a matter of fact, one time I had the cops show up here for whatever fucking reason. We were arguing on about all this stress that the city put on us, and then this cop turned around and said, "Oh yeah, the city has a lot of power. They got more power than us." City bylaw officers have more power. One of my videos addressed that in the past than the so-called RCMP. Poor Andre yesterday asked me, we're going to get those, you know, so I don't know how he came up with the subject of police. Because he's all stressed out with the fucking city. That's what it is. Right? You know? They're just rotating their egg, people. They're just nurturing their hate and their loathing that they have towards you and your family. That's all they're doing right now. And they're rubbing it in because they've brought it right to the date of ShaMay's 4th death. And it needs to be fucking documented, right? They like to go after you in the fucking winter time, usually right before Christmas. They'll come after you around birthday times. If you notice, ShaMay was, birthdays were in the month of April, right? They obviously go after the children, right? Because, that's one way to really just irk you, right? And when it's cold, they like you running around in the cold because your immune system is down. You go into my videos, a lot of this shit happens when it's fucking cold, right? I was outside for 79 fucking days in the rain when Sook was coming around here, people. Go back into my videos. This is nothing new, okay? So every day for the next 30 days, I'm going to be doing a City of Surrey and documenting how things are going along. Whether it's petty shit like with what YouTube is doing in terms of trying to why did they disable the comments out of all my fucking videos? Why? Because Andre was showing confidence, planting grass. Because Amari was actually being a normal 2-year-old and exploring his environment as a 2-year-old would when outside. Because you have to remember, Amari can't walk, people, right? He can't sit in a fucking hard high chair or any kind of chair for any length of time without feeling uncomfortable because of his body. But put him on the floor, boy oh boy, he's starting to mad dash around because he's like purposely trying to move himself so that he can get to his destination and reach out his hand and take a good look at it. Do you know how proud I was of Amari yesterday, watching him doing what he was doing and enjoying it and being free like a child should be? But these people that, are forcing me out into the fucking yard, look at the time of the year that they're doing it and look at the time of what it's coming up to. That's because they're involved, people. Just like they're involved with those homeless people out in the street harassing them together, stealing their stuff, tearing down their tents, taking their sleeping bags, taking their ID and their glasses and everything else that these fucking people take from the most vulnerable in our society. They do it together. So they're culpable together. So as far as I'm concerned, the City of Surrey and this mayor with his fucking independent police force, once he establishes it, is no different than what we've already got and have had for a long time when it comes to corporate corruption, greed, and criminal activity within the public union sector. Okay? Right?